Welcome, everybody, back to A Kiss Like Yours.
Hello, hello.
We didn't know what to do that time.
Well, I think I know what I wanted to do, and then I changed my mind once I got a little closer.
Yeah. Boy.
Oh, hey, welcome. That's like life of a mom right there. Sometimes you're rushing and trying to get through things, and you walk
It's
out
been
the
a
door.
crazy morning.
You walk out the door, and I'm like, did I put on deodorant? Did I even brush my teeth? Like, oh my goodness.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so
It happens.
we hope you guys had a great week. We sure did. It was definitely a busy one. Kind of a gloomy day today.
Yes, which is interesting because here in Southern California, we got a spit of rain, just enough to ruin the cars.
Yeah.
And then we are in for 80-degree weather in a few days. So
Dumb.
who knows?
All right. I want to start off the show by thanking our sponsor, ProTax Associates. They are sponsoring us this month.
Yes.
Tax season. So if you have not done your taxes yet, go over to protaxassociates.com. 30 plus years of experience doing taxes. They have financial and investment, education, resources, and then they do your taxes too. So it's a really, really great work group. Really, really great group to work with.
Yes.
Say that 5 times fast.
Yes. And any new clients that mention A Kiss Like Yours get 10% off their tax returns.
Yes. And servers this year are free.
Yes.
ProtaxAssociates.com. All right. So we had a blasty last night. We want to tell you about last night.
Oh my goodness. I'm getting teary again. Just thinking about it.
It was kind of emotional for everybody, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
It was really good. So we finally made it out. It was showtime yesterday. We finally made it out to our show to go see
Joe Coy
at the Forum.
Yes. So Joe Coy is a comedian, stand-up comedian. He's been around for a really long time, and we always loved his material. So awesome opportunity to go see Joe Coy. It was part of your Christmas and Valentine's
Day gift.
Because that was pretty expensive. We got really good seats. Really good seats.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So tell me, how did you even find those seats?
Okay, so I was laying down with the girls, putting them down for nap, and Zoe was holding me hostage. So as I was laying there with her, it was actually the day of your birthday that I bought those tickets.
Wow, that's November.
Yes. So
for February.
I was thinking, okay, like trying to think of something.
Someone's not like this Uber planner.
That's me. I like to plan ahead. Someone was thinking, what could I do like really awesome for him? You know, you work very hard for us. I'm very appreciative of all the opportunity that you give to me. So I wanted to do something really nice for you. And I know how much you love him. And I know you had been talking about wanting to go to one of his shows. And I think you said you had looked up tickets and everything was gone, you know, something like that. And I think what happened was I was scrolling through Instagram and I came across him and I thought, you know what, let me check.
Yeah.
Let me just go on there and check. And I did. And I saw these tickets and I was like, this can't be right. Because they were 4 rows back from the stage. And I was like,
yes.
I was like, no, really? And I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm pushing the button. I'm buying them. We're going to see what happens. I hope it's actually Joe Coy and not like a Joe Coy puppet or something.
Joe Foy. He's a fake Joe Coy.
So I bought them. And then I immediately told your mom, you know, to save the date and I was going to give this to you for Christmas. I'm like, I am not telling him about this today. So she asked me.
How bad did you want to tell me?
So bad. So bad.
We are so bad with this stuff. Like, I buy her gifts and I just want to give it to her, even if it's like.
And do you know how hard this was? I had to wait for over a month to give this to you because your birthday is November and I had to wait all the way till Christmas. And then your mom even asked me when we were out for your birthday dinner, she's like, oh, when are you going to tell him about the tickets? And I said, I'm not. They are for a Christmas present. Don't say anything. So.
Oh, she knew. She's in it. Thanks, Mom.
Yes, yes,
Sneaky,
yes.
sneaky.
So that is how the tickets came about, and I was so excited, and I was out with some family, and I told them, and I was telling them like I couldn't believe it, I got these seats, and then they were making fun of me like, oh, you bought parking passes, those weren't real tickets, not for that price. So they were real, and he was right in front of us.
Yes, it was a great time. So I'm really terrible with like hiding secrets, like Christmas presents and birthday presents. I'm
Hard.
terrible.
It's hard
Because when I was a kid, I was always guessing. Like I already knew what it was. And my
Okay.
mom would get mad.
because you knew what you asked for, right?
I knew what I asked for, but even if the girls are they're probably jumping off the ladders out there. I don't know what they're doing. But I would just always guess it, whether it be the packaging or based on what I got. So my mom would never she would get mad. She'd be like, no, I'm not going to even show you what the packaging is because you're going to guess it. So I think just growing up, I just never could wait.
Yes.
So
yep, learning delayed gratification is definitely a skill that needs to be practiced.
So I just said, you know what? I'm just going to tell you. I'm too excited. So I'll tell you what I got. Or
sometimes I feel like you've been a lot better with holding on to things.
And the other thing too, I think, is because gifts are not my love language. So I'm like, I just bought her something. Who cares if the surprise is now or then? Like, just give it to her.
Right. The gift is the gift.
Yeah. I'm like, okay,
Yep,
no big deal.
True. That's true. So yeah, it's totally different for me because gifts are my love language. So this is it's super big deal for me to shop for gifts, and
so it's
a lot of fun.
So we go to the Forum over here in Irwindale.
And
Inglewood.
The downside to living in Los Angeles.
Yes. We go to the Forum, and we're like, I look it up in what's it called?
Maps.
Google Maps. And they're like, oh, it's going to be a little over an hour. Okay, babe, let's go. Let's head out.
Right.
So we head out. We want to get there a little bit early, maybe have a drink or two, find our seats. Because I'm like,
walk
what
around,
if,
enjoy the atmosphere.
In the back of my mind, I was thinking, like, what if these aren't like the real seats? Like, or what if they're like fakies or something, Not that you would buy
it on it too. Everyone conspired against me.
No, not that you would knowingly do that, but
yeah,
people are shady.
I was worried about that too. I'm like, I have never heard of SeatGeek. If I show up and they're like, oh yeah, everyone with these got scammed, yeah. I was like, oh man, we're just gonna have to stand outside.
So I guess SeatGeek is legit. So, yeah. So we take off. We get there. We get right off the freeway with about like 55 minutes to go to showtime.
Right, till showtime, or at least until the doors open.
Until the doors open. No, the doors were open. It was just till the ticket said it started at 8.
Correct.
We got there a little after 7.
Right, we got off the freeway, I would say about 7:10.
Yes. So the freeway entrance or the freeway exit to the Forum parking lot is a little over 2 miles.
Correct. It was about 3 lights. No, more than
like
3
4.
lights.
It was a little over 2 miles.
But it was about 2 miles, yes.
Another hour of sitting in traffic.
Yes, it took us an hour to get from the freeway
2
exit to
miles.
The Forum.
Oh my God. It was so dumb. We were so pissed.
Yep.
But so we thought, okay, well, we hope there's an opening act. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It started at 8. We hope there's an opening act that goes for maybe another half hour or so. And then Joe comes on and then does his thing. So we figured maybe he'd go on about 8:30, So we get there. We get into the Forum. By the time we park, get our tickets, we get in there with about 15 minutes to go before we thought it was going to start. So we got there
because we got inside. It was 8:15.
Yeah, 8:15
when we got inside the Forum.
The Forum
finally to the the area they told us to check in, and then the area they told us they were
and I'm looking around.
Here you go. Right, they scan our tickets. They're like, okay, here, and we're like, this says corporate office.
They're like, go down the stairs.
Yeah, and we're like, okay.
Who's gonna wait for me down there? I don't know. Maybe it. Pennywise is going to be down there.
Stop it. So we finally get in there. It's 8:15. We see the crowds and we're like, all right, let's hit the bathrooms. And then,
But see, I was looking around like, it's 8:15.
Yeah, like
Like,
there's nobody on stage. We just heard DJ music.
we heard DJ music, but I was like, there's a lot of people like out and about. They're still in
Everyone
getting
was
drinks, and I was like,
shopping.
maybe we'll be okay, you know. So I was like, this is a good sign. So like you said, we went and we used the restroom right before, and then headed to go find our seats. And
as
soon as we
sat down,
boom,
They
opening act.
introduced the opening act.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh man, divine timing.
It was awesome.
Yes. Yes.
So Eric Schultz came out and he did a great job. And then we got a
nice little surprise. Oh my goodness. I can't believe you didn't
saw
notice
it first. I didn't see it first. I had my head down.
Like right there where they were coming up from the stage.
Yes.
Like, I could have touched him.
Yeah. Gabriel Iglesias comes out, Fluffy himself, and the crowd goes apeshit.
Yes.
They go crazy.
Yes. Oh my gosh, he was fantastic. And then other people were coming into their seats, right? So he's like, "Oh, hey," right, waving to them, and then like they look up, and obviously they're shocked to see him, and he's like, "Yeah, it's me." You know? Like
they looked at him like they were at the wrong show.
Yeah, he's like, "I know, and you didn't even have to pay for me."
Yeah. So he did a set too, which was great.
Yep.
A lot of people. I don't know. Like I felt like it was kind of a really mixed crowd.
It was super mixed crowd.
That was really cool.
It was awesome.
So Gabriel Iglesias goes up there, does his thing, and then Joe Coy comes out and just tears the house down. Yeah, he was amazing last night.
He was good.
He pulled out all the stops.
All of them. I mean, he got you right there.
Yeah, he had you like new material. He kind of touched on a little bit of old material. He brought it back to the 90s with some music.
Man,
he tugged at your heart with, you know, the story of Joe Coy, of how he got his name, which I won't ruin it because it's probably going to be in a special.
It's going to be on Netflix, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure. And it seemed like that was a very moving place for him to be.
Yeah.
Because he had all of his family there. He had his mom, his dad, his aunt that gave him his nickname, his sisters, his cousins, his son, like his whole family was there with him.
It was a big deal for them.
And he brought them on stage, and then he wanted to see like the crowd, so they turned on the lights.
Yeah.
And with
his son up there, he's like, "This is what your dad has worked 31 years for," and you just see, you know, a sea of people. Yeah, that kind of legacy is, man, something. How do you live up to that if you're Joe Coy's son?
Yeah, and I had a little bit of a moment when he was talking about, Joe Coy was talking about legacy and how special it was, you know, to be there on the grounds where these magical Lakers played, right? Yeah, so I definitely got choked up, and I had a moment thinking about when I was a kid watching them there, and always wanting to be at the Great Western Forum. And that was
your first time at the Forum.
That was my first time there. And then when they lit it up and you saw how many people were there for him, it was unbelievable.
Packed house, 2 sold out shows.
Unbelievable.
I think that seats around 18,000 for like a Lakers hockey game. So with the floor open, I would say it's probably close to 20.
Yeah,
25, somewhere around there.
That's what I was thinking, somewhere about 22 to 25,000.
It was loud too. Wow, that was loud down there. So
great. It was awesome. Great
awesome time.
Show.
I think we're going to probably hit a couple more comedy shows because we have the Improv. It's like right here.
Oh yeah, it's always a fun time, and there's just something about being able to get out and laugh, and cut loose that just really, I don't know, ignites the soul, right? Yeah, and he even talked about that.
Yeah, he talked about like having this outlet. He talked about therapy actually.
Oh yes.
So he had, you know, he's thinking like, you know, what's my outlet to be able to talk to? He thinks that as a part of any relationship, and he's not talking about necessarily just, you know, husband and wife or whatever the case is, just any type of relationship, you need to have a conversation, especially when things go bad.
Right.
You need to be able to communicate.
Yes.
To talk to each other. And I think the key for us, you know, if you're in a relationship or even if you're single, you got to know how that other person communicates, which is why we have the love language, which is why we have, you know, our flag page. we have to understand how that person thinks, because we're looking at one thing and we see totally different things.
Mhm.
And we try to convince each other it's one way or the other. And to that person, I'm right. And to the other person, they're saying the same thing, like, I'm right. I'm looking right at it, and that's what I see. So I think we're just wired differently, even though we're looking at the same thing. But we have to understand how each other thinks, acts, and receives and communicates to be able to properly communicate to somebody.
Exactly. And be able to have adult conversation and get things figured out, as opposed to just fights or yelling matches that don't resolve anything.
So he talked about therapy. He talked
Mhm.
about some of his outlets of, you got to be able to talk to somebody. If you go to therapy, you go to therapy, but
Right.
to be able to talk to somebody or have an outlet. And he had stated that this is his outlet.
Right.
When he talks to us as, doing his material,
Right.
we're smiling and we're nodding and we're laughing, that's him saying, like, yeah, I'm not,
I'm not crazy. You guys get it.
You guys get it. What I'm thinking is right. Like, it's his validity
Mhm.
to his opinion, which is an outlet for him. So it's definitely important to have an outlet. I think that can be a bunch of different things. It could be your best friend, something someone you talk to. It could be a therapist. It can
Right.
be a hobby.
Mhm.
It can be some type of stress relief, right?
Right. And everybody needs something, because I think in any life and in everyday life, there isn't a person, there isn't a relationship that doesn't feel worry or stress or anxiety with things that are taking place either inside the home or outside the home. Just look at the things that are going on around us this week. I know for me, when I watch the news and I see these things about, the height of flu season and how tough it's been for people this year and how many deaths have occurred from that. And then we have this novel virus spreading around the world and everyone wants to shut the doors and, lock out the outside world. Those things, they do scare me. It is worrisome. But then I also have to realize that, we have a life to live. And I believe in a mighty God. And I believe that we are going to be taken care of in this life into the next. And I can't let that run my life and dictate what I do, because we still have children to raise. We still have life to live. There's so much out there still to experience.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't be afraid of it. But that doesn't mean that I'm not worried. That doesn't mean that I'm not stressed or
I'm
fearful.
That's your stress.
Right.
I'm not worried about that at all.
Right.
That's not my stress. My stress is more professionally or, with us, you know what I mean? That's my stress. But what do you do you live in that world. So what do you do to de-stress that part? Like, what do you do to get away from it?
So one of the things that I thought was super amazing, was like what we did last night.
Yeah. Laughing really, really hard. My face was hurting.
I was crying a lot too. Well, teary, very, very teary, because he really tugged at your heartstrings as well.
Yeah.
But just the idea of being able to say, we're going to go have a good time.
Yeah.
We are going to have a good time today. We're going to go be in a room packed with 20,000 people and all their germs. Okay. But we're going to laugh. We're going to enjoy. We're going to live our life.
20,000 of our closest friends.
Right. Right. But it's things like that where you just, you know what? We get one life. We get one go on this earth. So for me, that's definitely one of the things, is doing stuff with you.
So are you saying more comedy shows?
Having dates, laughing, just more outings, you and I. And then the things that we do with the girls as well. Like, we had a really awesome Friday night. I know you put in the stories.
I know.
It was Friday. It was 8:30. We were all in our pajamas. We were in the room building.
I was beat too.
Building Lego with the girls. But it was amazing. I mean, we took them out. We had a fun dinner. We got to go eat at a restaurant. They like to eat at restaurants because we really don't, take them out often. They don't eat anything. So
yeah.
But we got to go out to a restaurant. We got to go out to pick some toys, and we got some frozen yogurt. We came home. We played together, and
a lot different than my former Friday nights.
Than the Friday nights in the 20s.
Yeah.
But it was amazing, and they were having fun with you. They miss you so much. You've been working really hard.
Yeah.
So it's been long days and long nights, and they miss you. And another thing that really warmed my heart is that I remember us having a lot as kids. And I remember there's things that we wanted that we got, but I don't always remember doing things with my parents.
Mm. Yeah.
You know?
What do you mean? So you do it, you're playing, but you weren't playing with your parents.
Right. I think we were playing, you know, I mean, I don't know if my dad sat down and built Lego things with us or did puzzles. Like I can't remember that happening. I can't remember us playing games like all together. I know we would have game nights and my aunts and uncles would come over and they would play cards. I always remember that. But it, like in those little things, like building Legos just with my mom and dad, like I don't remember that. I'm sure we did. I'm not throwing anyone under the bus here, Mom. When you see
how's that tire feeling, Mima?
When you see this, I'm not.
How's that big old track mark going across the?
That is not what's happening here. I'm just saying I can't remember. So I like doing that with them, and I hope that they remember. I mean, come on, I'm old now. I don't remember everything from when I was a kid.
The Lego table is definitely a hit. If you didn't see that on social media, I'll post the link to the Lego table that I found on YouTube. It's super cheap, super fun. The kids have been having a blast with that thing. The new Lego table, and I put some Lego base pads on the wall. They've been building on the wall, and we got to play with them a little bit. I am a Lego master.
Oh, right.
Certified Lego builder master guy.
They're called brick masters, so obviously you ain't certified for shit.
Well, I'm really good. My specialty is spaceships.
Mine is animals.
Yeah.
If you saw our story.
No, yours is animal identification. That's your specialty. So I build spaceships because every time I build something with Lego, I don't know what it is, and it just ends up being this. I don't know. It's a spaceship.
It's just an awesome creation.
Yes, it's some alien spaceship. So I just call them all. They're all spaceships to me.
Oh, man.
I'll try and build a car or something, and I'll really jack it up so it ends up looking like a spaceship.
You know what I do remember doing with my parents?
What?
I remember playing the piano with my dad, and I remember my mom always playing music, and so we would do a lot of dance parties.
There you go.
I do remember that.
Okay, so let's get back to the stress relief.
Yes, let's do it. You, what? So you said the stresses that you carry are more us, so I'm a stress to you?
Yeah, of course. I mean,
Why?
I'm not saying you stress me out, but there's, I'm trying, I'm putting effort. So when you put effort into something, you want to do well, that creates stress. I'm not saying it's bad stress. There's good stress and there's bad stress.
Oh, okay.
So when you're putting effort into something and you really care about it, you're like,
all right.
Oh, like I got to get this right. You know what I mean?
I understand.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Exercise is a great one for me. And also, we've been doing a lot of shooting.
Yeah, having some friend time.
Yeah, so we go out and we shoot trap. We shoot some clays and with the boys, and that's been really fun because you get all the sensors. You get to see something break, right? Which I like. You're like, oh, I broke that thing.
Yeah. You
get to feel the
Hulk smash.
Yeah, you get to feel the power of the shotgun, kind of the recoil, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get to hold something.
So you're doing something with your hands.
You're doing something with your hands, so you're touching
physically.
And I'm in control of it. Okay. So it's my action to break that thing.
Okay.
And then you get to hear the bang.
I need to do that with you.
Yeah.
I haven't done that yet. I have a feeling
so
I
fun.
Really, really like it.
Yeah. So the clay goes flying out the trap, and then you track it down with your gun. You press the trigger, and bang, the clay explodes.
And we can do that a lot here. We have a BB gun, so we can definitely set up some stuff in the backyard.
Are you serious right now?
We used to do that as kids with our uncle. That was one of our favorite things to do. Shoot cans with the BB gun.
Oh, I was going to say, we can't be out here shooting clays with the BB gun. No. Throwing stuff in the air and shooting random BBs all over the place.
You can make us little Plants vs. Zombies.
You got all mad at me because I shot the squirrel the other day with the BB gun.
Don't start about animal cruelty.
It's not animal cruelty.
I'm not going to go there with you. He was not taunting you.
He was taunting me.
He wasn't.
He was looking at me, and I told him to scram. I did the
Why didn't you?
Shh, get out of here, right?
You
and he
should
just looked at me. He gave me the finger.
you should have just sang him a 90s love song like Joe
Wow.
Coy did, and then it all would have been wonderful. I mean, we didn't even talk about how we closed
I
down
have a
the
hole in my roof because of the freaking squirrel.
I know. We'll fix it. We'll fix it.
So I got my BB gun. I shot the squirrel in the butt. I didn't kill the thing. I'm not, I shot him right in the butt. The BB bounced off of him and hit the house. So I know I hit him. And then he just scurried away. Haven't seen him since.
That's it.
I don't know if that's legal, but
You should have just had a breakdance fight with him. I think that would have solved
there's
it.
a bunch of squirrels over here. And
Non-violent.
don't get me wrong, I like them, but when they're
When
around
they're
the
tearing
house,
into your home, it's a little bit of an issue.
scram. I did my
Okay.
best.
All right, so shooting, that's good stretch. Leave exercise. It's doing things together, laughing. Like they always say, laughter is the best medicine. I mean, it was really fun.
It was a lot of
It
fun.
was a really good time. So I think if you haven't been to a comedy show in a while, definitely check out something locally because it really was.
There's a ton of spots too.
a
You had the Laugh
fantastic
House,
time.
the Laugh Factory.
Right, we got Brea,
Ice
we got
House.
Ontario Improv. Yeah, we got the Ice House in Pasadena. There's also one in Claremont as
Improv.
well.
Yeah. So
there's
go
a
look
lot.
them up. Stand up comedy. There's a lot of stand up comedy. One of the guys I go to school with, George Wang,
Mhm.
he's a stand up comic. He's doing his thing. I see him on Instagram and
Yeah.
Facebook doing his thing. I think he was at the Ice House a couple of weeks ago, maybe about a month ago. So
cool.
go over there and see George Wang.
Yeah. That was. I mean, I'm still reveling in the joy and fun that was, and like I kind of told you, that was like almost like a bucket list experience.
It was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. And then especially with the little show we got at the end.
Which show? Oh, you're talking about the okay, the Danger Dogs? Are we going to talk about the Danger Dogs?
No, I was talking about Boys to Men.
Oh, Boys to Men. Yes, they came out. Well, the main guy.
Right.
The glasses.
Mm-hmm.
He came out and sang Into the Road and
With Joe Coy.
oh my gosh. And Down on Bended Knee.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. The
Mhm.
whole freaking stadium
The
was
arena was going nuts.
they put on their lights from the
Mhm,
phone
mhm.
and just started going nuts.
Yeah.
Boys to Men.
Yes, we did get Danger Dogs, and that was quite a show too. My goodness.
They don't the security was kind of shooing them off. It turned into a scuffle with the security. It was
Hot
not cool.
dogs flying everywhere.
Everyone's fighting over Danger Dogs.
Yeah.
If you haven't had an LA Danger Dog, you're missing out.
It is quite the experience.
Mhm.
Which is why we battled security too. We were like, hey, we want Danger Dogs.
We just found another cart and there's a bunch of them.
Yep.
And we got our Danger Dogs.
Oh man.
All right. So a couple of things that we wanted to kind of throw out there. One, our quest to get into the top 10 for the Hot 50 podcast magazine.
Yes.
Please go over there and vote. Cast your vote for A Kiss Like Yours. Head over to podcastmagazine.com/hot50. And then it's going to ask you for your vote. Put your email if you want. It's going to give you a free subscription to Podcast Magazine, free lifetime subscription. And then you cast your vote for A Kiss Like Yours.
Yep. And I didn't know this, but I believe you can vote every month.
Right.
So they come up with a new list every month.
They come up with a new list every month. We want to be on that board, stay on that board.
Yes, we do.
Last month we came in at number 17. We want to try and break that top 10, baby.
Man, that would be awesome.
Top 10. So
Yes.
cast your vote. Podcastmagazine.com/hot50. Okay, so how did you know you were like gonna marry me?
How did I know? Oh, well, as I said before, I knew the type of person you were. I knew your personality. I knew that I had fun with you. I knew that you were a great guy. And I just knew you were it. Like I
You
said,
just knew.
when I was getting ready for date number 1,
So you didn't have a checklist.
I did have a checklist.
I
did.
checked all of them.
You did check all the boxes. There was a couple of things I asked you. I don't know if you remember, like early on as we were talking, not so much like before our first date, but as we were dating, I would say within like the first 3 weeks, I feel like a lot of things came up in conversation, and I did have a couple of boxes that I needed to check off.
So that's it.
Mhm.
That was it. Just that simple.
Mhm.
Just like, hi, you check. Okay, let's get married. Well, we're going to give
you
you...
checked a lot of my boxes before we went on our first date. So it's like, well, I already knew a lot of those things. So check.
Yeah, but we weren't even like romantic together.
No, but that doesn't matter. I still knew you. I still got to know you.
You're eyeballing me, is what you're saying?
I was noticing.
Were you
say that?
Were you side-eyeing me?
I was not side-eyeing you. Don't put actions on me.
We're going to go through our list of the top 5 of how you know this is potentially the one.
Okay.
So you're dating somebody,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe you're side-eyeing somebody like this one over here.
Okay. Here you go.
A couple of things that is checking the box. And they're kind of fun and kind of silly and, you know.
I think this is a great one.
But there's certain ones that are serious.
Right.
So
yeah.
We'll get into it. Do you want to do number 5 or do you want me to do number 5?
Oh,
we're going to go 5 to 1. Like we kind of ranked them in order.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll do number 5.
Okay.
All right. Good kisser.
Good kisser.
Yes. I believe that's important because wow. Thank you for that.
Stole that.
That was fantastic. See what I mean? That's why I married him. Because there has to be that level of physical attraction and desire. That yearning needs to continue on.
Yeah, but we're talking about
Past
the
the
physical
lust stage.
act of kissing.
Yes, I understand.
So, like, if you're going there just knocking pearls, you know what I mean? You can't be in there knocking pearls and, you know, all of a sudden you get out there with a busted lip.
Right.
It's not going to happen.
I'm getting prepared in case they wander over. Got a little.
Oh, you got a little enticing.
Right. Yes. Okay, number 4.
Number 4. Can you pass gas in front of them?
Man, this is one that like so many people are totally
I know people have been married for years and they will not pass gas in front of their significant other.
I'm sorry if it's coming out whether I like it or not. It's just gonna happen.
That's how you know.
Someone that loves me is gonna have to deal with that. So I need a solid man that can withstand that impact.
I don't know that I can withstand the impact, but I will fight back, if you know what I mean. I will fight back.
Oh
I will fight to the death.
Oh.
If you come at me, I'm gonna come right back at you.
You gotta be
comfortable. Like white chicks.
If you're laying in bed and you're cuddling, I mean, the last thing I want to do is move or try to run out of the room because accidents can happen either way. So,
honey, this is a great movie. Yeah. Yes. Please excuse me. Yeah. I must retire to the lavatory.
Oh my goodness. It's love. You know, that's true love right there, I think. I'm going to say it.
I can't be uncomfortable for that long. So if you just happen to be in my vicinity.
Oh, well.
You know.
So be it.
It's your deal.
Right,
you married that.
Yeah. All right. This next one, getting a little more serious. Attitude.
You
gotta have a good attitude because if someone just has a bad attitude, it just trickles down into everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
And attitude kind of translates to a couple of different things. It translates into their work ethic. It translates into their ambition. So definitely.
Right. Family dynamic. I mean, all of it. All of it.
The mentors.
I don't know.
And behind us just running by.
They're just running amok.
All right. Number 2 is dreams.
Yes.
If you're a dreamer, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that's good because I feel like that always has you pushing for more. You know,
better.
Not that you can't be content with what you have, but to have dreams and goals and desires that continuously grow and change. I mean, that's huge. So
does that person have some dreams?
Yeah, so that life doesn't get stagnant.
I think I asked you a couple times, like, hey, what are some of your dreams? Yeah, we've talked about we dream build.
I mean,
quite a bit.
We're big dream builders. I know that. I can't remember in the early days of dating, but I'm sure we did talk about it because it's kind of part of our nature. And
then number 1 is how open can you be? And what we mean by that is there's going to be times where, are you playing footsies with me right now?
I am. I'm trying not to stab you because I do need a pedicure.
Oh, don't do that. So how open can you be? Meaning there's going to be a lot of times where you are in a vulnerable state. You have to be comfortable with that person during that time, that they're going to be there for you.
Right.
And you can tell them whatever it is that's going on, and they can be on your side, and they can walk you through it or help you through it, or just be there to shut up and listen.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times we're guys and we want to fix stuff, but as women, you don't want us to fix it. You just want us to listen to you.
Right. Just be our friend. Just be there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that is everything, because if you can't be yourself and you can't be 100% open and vulnerable with your partner, then they are not the partner for you.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's just kind of a couple of things, in our opinion, that potentially could be check the box items as you are getting closer and, a little more serious with your significant other.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you got a good chance, a lot of good potential if you check those boxes.
I agree.
And then you get into other stuff too, because you got to be able to. One thing we didn't have on there was you have to be attracted to them, right? There has to be a strong attraction.
I agree. Well, and I think that's where good kisser comes from, because it's if you enjoy that physical contact.
Okay, but what if it's if there's a really hot dude, and then you going for a kiss and he's just, his tongue is up your nose.
Yeah, that's gross. And it's then
see,
it's a turn off. So no.
So is it more that he's a really good kisser, or is it more that he's attractive? Because you can have an ugly guy, or not so much ugly, because I don't think anyone's really super ugly, but you're I'm not as attracted to him as I am this other guy, right?
Right.
And so you can have that person, and then they're a really good kisser, and then you're like, oh, he's a really good kisser. It changes your attraction to that person.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that change attraction to people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See? Kissers are important.
Kissers are important, and I have a really good one. I've been kissing the same person for almost 11 years now.
Yeah. All right.
I'm satisfied. I'm happy.
We'll end on that one. We hope you guys have an awesome week. We'll catch you.
No Boys to Men coming out to end this show, but...
No, you don't want me to start singing.
Nobody wants to hear me.
The dogs will start howling. If you start singing, the dogs will start howling.
Oh, man. We hope you make it a great week, you guys. We'll see you back here soon.
We'll catch you guys on the next one.
Thanks for making us a part of your day.